It's all pretty spectacular, but 3x3 metre DD Hammock's tarp is keeping us dry. Anything to say, sir?
This is really stupid.
Welcome to two men under a tarp.
The Waveney Valley in South Norfolk, part of the Norfolk Broads, which I hope to explore by canoe. I'm out for a canoe with Laurie today on the River Waveney. We've been planning a trip for quite some time, and we were hoping to do a multi-day canoe trip across the Norfolk Broads. After a number of different type of routes and plans, we eventually settled on doing a trip between Loddon and Gelderston, which we would hope would take us about 3 days. That's a distance of about 50 kilometres. Anyway, had a look at the weather forecast, and it is so absolutely shocking on Tuesday that we've decided that we really don't want to be in the canoes for a whole day while it's lashing down, and therefore we've cut that day out. We've had to replan. So what we've decided upon is an out and back trip from the Three Rivers at Gelderston, where we camped last night. We'll be out for one wild night camp on the riverbank, somewhere north of Beccles, and then we'll route back tomorrow. The day started like every good canoe trip with sorting out the logistics. On this occasion, Laurie towed the canoes to the river edge by trailer.
All this is just part of Andrew's loadout for a one-night trip. It was originally a 4 or 5 night marathon across the Broads, but due to the weather it's gone down to just one night trip, but we're still carrying the same stuff. Travel light. Good job you haven't seen mine. Yep, just as bad. Lawrence's one night loadout, but I was hoping you wouldn't see that.
We did indeed have a lot of kit: camping, cooking, clothing, and later on in the video you'll be able to see some of the kit that we used. At last it was time to push off. The moment to set sail. There's always a magical moment when I first dip the paddle out from the water, you, the canoe, and the river. The prospect of the whole trip and the adventure that lies ahead of you. At the moment, the weather is absolutely glorious. The sun is out. Let's just hope that the forecast isn't that accurate. At least it's looking pretty promising for this morning's paddle. Very peaceful. You can hear the bird song. Our first objective this morning will be paddle up towards Beccles, where we're hoping to pull over and have a nice cup of coffee. Laurie, how far is it to Beccles?
Time-wise, probably about another 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes. And so we had set off on this mini adventure. The Waveney had welcomed us with tree-lined banks, twists and turns, and the sounds of nature. It wasn't long before we started to see the outskirts of Beccles. Beccles is first mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086 and subsequently was granted its charter on the 2nd of July 1584 by Queen Elizabeth I under the name of the Corporation of Beccles Fen. Many of the streets in the town centre have the suffix gate, for example Ballygate, Smallgate and Blitheborough Gate. This is derived from the Norse word for street and is similar to the modern Danish word gade. Coming into Beccles, some really fabulous looking gardens and houses along here, and there's a pretty low bridge up ahead. So I think just after that bridge we're turning into the marina area where we're going to have a brew up, something to eat, time for a picnic. The Bridge Street Bridge over the River Waveney dates back to 1884 and is made out of cast iron, and it has a maximum height at low tide of approximately 12 foot. Turning right off the River Waveney, we entered the Beccles Quay and Yacht Station. We saw a beautiful old Norfolk wherry boat already moored up. The quay is a great location to stretch your legs and visit the town. But for us, we had our eyes on the cafe at the eastern end next to the harbour master's boat. Inevitably, our 10-minute coffee stop became a protracted hour break as we chatted to locals.
One hour later.
Setting off, we re-entered the river and canoed under the main road to Norwich. And shortly afterwards, I spotted Laurie pulling something out of the water. So what was that you just dredged out the river, Laurie?
In Canada and Alaska, when you're doing wilderness camping, it's quite common if you're quiet to see moose crossing the river. Well, we have that in the Norfolk Broads as well, and in fact we were paddling along and we had to rescue a drowning moose, and there he is.
Ta-da!
I was swimming the Broads and I couldn't do butterfly. So there is our moose. If you've lost a moose with a woolly jumper, he's with us.
So we've got ourselves a mascot. We've left Beccles, we're continuing on the Waveney in an easterly direction. We're drifting away from civilization and heading up towards Lowestoft area. As we left the last vestiges of civilization behind at Beccles, the riverbank started to change. and open up into a more natural environment. We really enjoyed looking at the different types of plants and flowers. We spotted a purple loosestrife. Well, it looks like we're coming up to an old disused railway. You can see a couple of the bridge mounting points.
Our boat suddenly accelerated.
What do you reckon, Laurie? Where are we?
Well, it's not where I'm looking.
So there's Beccles coming along there. You can see that disused railway line. I reckon that's probably it, just about there.
Yep.
Ready for some?
Didn't realise he put it on me. Yes, we've just come out to that, and we can look for somewhere to stop for some lunch thereafter.
Brilliant.
And then perhaps plough on there for tonight. Well, I say there, you can't see it on the camera, but about another 4 or 5 miles.
So you can always say that, and I can point it, and then I can edit it.
There you go then. Point it there, where my finger is. That could be a potential stop for the night, but we might get there too quickly.
We're going too quickly?
Yep. Well, if that's where we are, that's probably an hour and a bit away.
I reckon that's more to the wind on our backs than our effort.
Yes, I think you're right.
We'll have to take that into consideration for the return journey.
I think it's going to be quite a hard haul for tomorrow.
Let's go and have a look at this old disused bridge. The old disused bridge across the Waveney at this point was in fact a disused railway. A branch line between Beccles and St Olaf's, originally built in circa 1850. There is a simple mid-river support and reinforcements on each bank. As we paddled past the old brickwork, it was noticeable just how low the bridge was, and one might wonder how anything actually sailed underneath the bridge. But the bridge was in fact a swing bridge, with what looked to me to be a swivel point on the southern bank. That's an unusual place to live. The bank there. And that's the bridge going across. As the mast of the boat sailed through the bridge, clearly the bridge must have moved quite some considerable distance to allow any kind of sailboat to access past. The line was axed in 1959, and all that now stands are the brick supports, with hardly any indication that a line once ploughed its way across this countryside and over the river. Right, I spy some moorings just over there, and I'm hoping that Laurie's got the same idea. Good spot, sir.
You want to brew up with a bit of lunch? Would you like a glass of wine now?
He's offering a glass of wine to have with my bacon sandwich. I can't say no, really.
Wine.
I think so. How reckless is that?
Is that the Sirs agreement?
I think so. Always the great smell of burning grass. I mean lawn grass, that is, not grass grass. So much for the Trans-Pennine epic cross Norfolk Broads expedition. Here's to a foreshortened one-night overnight wild camp on the Waveney. That would definitely do. Yep.
Cheers, you.
Cheers.
You like the view on a pretty summer's day.
Having eaten our bacon sarnies and been fortified by a glass of red wine, we climbed back into the canoes and headed east towards Norfolk Broad as the clouds started to gather. It looks like the heavens are about to open. Certainly a few spots of rain. Wow. A pretty heavy shower, folks, and just proves that it's not always sunshine and light in the Norfolk Broads. I think I'm just going to take shelter under this willow. So the forecast was correct.
Only mad dogs and Englishmen get out in the midday rain.
As the rain clattered down, we decided, rather than fight it, we would embrace it. We soon got into a rhythm, and although soaking wet, there was something lovely about being in the moment with the rain. The campsite is coming into sight, and not a paddle stroke too soon. Today's paddle had finished near the Waveney River Centre at a secret wild camp location nearby. Well, that was a pretty intense paddle at the end. The rain has eventually stopped and we found a very, very nice wild camp location. I've managed to set my tent up just here. I'm out in a VANGO HYDRA, and we've pulled our canoes onto the riverbank here and here. And we've got the trip mascot, Milton Moose, sat over there on top of that one. If we go over this way, we will see the admin area. Does look like an admin grenade has gone off. Either that or we're at a Chinese laundry. All our clothes were so incredibly soaking wet, we've had to get changed, and we're trying to dry them out the best that we can here. So we put a 3x3 metre tarp up, so we've got a bit of an admin area there. And here we have Laurie's tent. He's out in a night cat. It's pretty lightweight, it's got an exoskeleton, so it hangs with its supporting poles on the outside. Anyway, that's what he's chosen to come out in for this trip.
That's going. Going. Move that one on slowly. Here we go.
So what's on the menu tonight then? Sorry.
We have a selection of Asian dishes tonight, sir, which will make a wonderful accompaniment to a cheeky red wine. We have beef madras, chicken jalfrezi, peri peri chicken rice, and coconut and lime rice. To follow, hopefully if somebody goes fishing, you might have a pike.
So that brings us to that point of the evening where we're going to take a seat and reflect on today with a drink. And of course, because it's a wild camp with Laurie, only the finest cut glass crystal will do for the glasses. At least that's what he told me that they were made from. So the secret to cut glass is that it makes a really nice chime when struck together. Oh. Thud.
The secret of really nice polycarbonate is it thuds nicely.
We're not alcoholics, really, we're not.
We just run out of meths.
Oh, that sounded suspiciously like thunder coming from over there. Let's hope that the rain holds off. There it is.
Whoa.
Gourmet chicken jalfrezi with Bombay potatoes all mixed in with the rice. Look at that.
Rice.
You can't ask for anything more than this, folks. Spicy.
Yeah, beef madras.
Beef
and
madras.
Peri peri rice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Amazing colour sky. Oh, lightning.
Lightning. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that tremendous? It's really, I don't know, it's sort of relaxing and stimulating at the same time. It's odd.
It's lovely when you're safe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, am I safe? Is it going to strike one of these poles?
When we're out at sea on the boat.
Got the floodlights on, folks, because the squall is closing in and it's gone very, very dark. What on earth are we doing? This is supposed to be fun. I really think we need to be checked out with the psychiatrist. Oh, there's a lot of water up there, be very careful.
Actually, the wind occasionally lifts
Can
that up.
you push it back this way, because rather than over the edge? It's up there, look. There it is.
I can't see a thing. Oh my god.
Utter madness. The human top pole has given up and he's joined me underneath. It's all pretty spectacular, but 3x3 metre DD Hammock's tarp is keeping us dry. Anything to say, son?
Really stupid.
Yeah, stupid it is, for sure. Well, thank you very much for today, Laurie. I'm going to eat this, listen to this thunder, and then eventually squirm my way into the tent, and we will do the whole journey tomorrow in reverse. Well, I'm going to be lucky if I can pull this in. It's so heavy. Oh, it's not too bad, as long as I don't tip it in. Go on, get in. And she's in. Good. And now for the fun entry. Okay. And he's in. Goodbye, Laurie, I'm leaving you. 16 kilometres, here we go. The journey back was bathed in blessed sunshine. We had the river mostly to ourselves, accompanied sometimes by a curious dragonfly. We were passed by the Norfolk wherry that we had seen in Beccles Quay the day before.
Beautiful wherry. Very different to sailing on the east coast where I normally sail.
Ah, right, yeah.
That's lovely. You're all going to be on YouTube. I'll get you to the car. Lovely.
Beautiful canoes.
Our paddle continues onto the Three Rivers campsite at Geldeston. I hope you've enjoyed our paddle, and thanks for coming along with us. And until the next time, happy paddling.